Brianna, this is Macca. We are a Brit and abroad, and today we are here to give you some of our favorite budgeting tips for when you're traveling.
Obviously, when you're traveling, the more money you have, the longer you can go for. It's all about getting more bang for your buck here, people.
Love bang for the buck.
1. Know the exchange rate before you go. There's nothing worse than rocking up to a new country and having no idea what the exchange rate is.
When we were traveling in Central America, you're going from country to country pretty quickly, and it was a lifesaver having those numbers up on our phone. We had a currency exchange app, so when those sly devils at the border approach you with their wads of money, we felt confident in knowing what we should be getting for our exchange. 2. Be aware of the tourist traps. They're there for a reason, and it's because they work on some people, and we don't want them to be you. You often don't need to book a tour to go to see ruins or something like that. People are always gonna try and sell you on those things, and the price is gonna be pretty high. So it's often just as easy to figure out from a local what bus to take.
Look on tourist websites beforehand. Look at the tours that they're actually running, and then basically you can set out the same itinerary, but do it on your own.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky.
How many pesos is it? That was our impression of number 3, being too visible with your money.
If you get out a huge wad of cash, you're literally a dollar sign. You know, it's hanging around your neck, you're gonna be a target because of that.
And not in a good, cool way, like when you have like a chain.
Not like, you know, a Snoop Dogg way.
It makes you a target for tourist traps, and it also makes you a target for, you know, knock on wood, robbery. So be careful. 4, take your student card with you.
Even if it's out of date, still take it with you, still give it a go. Here's a cheeky tip for you. If you're on somewhere like the Koh Sam Road in Bangkok, you can actually get new student cards printed up, which will last for about 3 years, give or take.
I've got a student card.
I can't believe that.
What? I don't look like a student?
5, haggle, haggle, and then haggle some more.
This is pretty common in most of the world. Even if you don't think you're in the place where this is gonna fly, it might fly.
When you're checking into your hostel, going out for dinner, buying some stuff from the market, if you're going to buy in bulk or if you're buying together with a friend, ask for a discount, see how much you can get. As a rule of thumb, people usually say that in countries like Africa or in Southeast Asia, you should be paying around about a third for what they're actually asking for.
6, walk everywhere. Get out those boots, because they were made for walking.
This is actually one of my particular favorites for saving money. Sometimes I'll take the local bus because it's quite cheap, but if it's like a half an hour to a 45-minute walk away, I'll just walk in.
That's what travel days are made for. Make sure you do have good walking shoes, because that can be very unpleasant.
It's also one of the best ways to see any city, from ground level up.
Like an ant?
7, take the night bus or the night train. This one's pretty self-evident, but obviously you're trying to get from A to B. It's a 12-hour journey. If you do it during the day, when you arrive, you've got to pay for accommodation. If you do it overnight, that's your accommodation already paid for.
8 is follow the 8-week rule.
This one's a clever one. Basically, Japanese economists have worked out that if you're flying, then booking 8 weeks in advance is the best time to book for the most savings. So if you're currently on your round the world trip and you know you'll be flying from, say, Southeast Asia to Australia and New Zealand, then try and look to book about 8 weeks in advance, because that way you're going to save a lot of money, which means that you can spend it more in the little boozer. 9, use message boards.
Usually when you get to a hostel, you'll see a large board full of many papers and many things. Use it. It can often be a place where you can buy stuff on the cheap. You can sell stuff you don't need anymore. Maybe you're going from a cold climate to a warm climate. You're trying to get rid of some clothing items. There's a multitude of ways that it can save you moolah. Money. Moolah is money. Last tip is share the cost.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we travel together.
Do we?
And we save a load of money purely because there's 2 of us and it's a lot cheaper to get taxis, rooms, food, meals out when you're splitting between 2 than when I'm on my lonesome.
We do not share beers. It's an easy one.
Really easy and
it's
probably
more
the most fun as well. How about that?
So fun.